would now like to invite Mr. Hagai Shagrir, the Director of the Northeast Asia Division at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to the stage to say a few words.
First of all, good evening, everyone. It's a great privilege to be here at, I suppose, the graduation ceremony for the interns who took part at the first time initiative by Asia-Israel Center. It's a wonderful initiative. We commend Rebecca and all the partners who made this initiative realize. Actually, Rebecca, in a nutshell, said all the important things that needs to be said about Asia. Especially looking at the audience here, I don't need to explain the importance of Asia in general, and particularly the importance of Asia to Israel. It is true that the fathers of our nation, as you mentioned, Rebecca, Ben-Gurion, as well as the first foreign minister, Moshe Sharet, understood from the first moment, from day one of Israel, how Asia is important. The problem is that not all Asian countries were responsive at that time for varieties of reasons. The Cold War, the non-aligned movement, Badum Conference, and many other reasons. But today, nowadays, currently, we're speaking about a different world. And as Rebecca mentioned, Israel has something to offer to Asia. Israel is a minuscule country. You know, we are about the size and population of maybe one neighborhood in Beijing. And we don't possess the mass production capability, but we're good at inventing ideas, producing ideas, innovation. We're very much a dynamic society, and we have a lot to cooperate together. And what we try to do in our foreign ministry and as a government is to create and establish frameworks and establish platforms for further collaboration, especially between the young generation and also between scientists from Israel and Asian country, because this is the future. I would give you just two examples that we worked very hard in the last year in order to promote further cooperation between Israel and Asian countries. One initiative that we just accomplished in the last few months, it's a program for a scholarship for students from China and India, because we believe that Israel is an attractive destination for the youngest and the brilliant minds from Asian countries to come and study in Israel. So we will provide on an annual basis 100 scholarship for BA students, 50 scholarship for MA, and 100 scholarship for postdoctorals from Asian countries. And this is a tremendous change from what we used to have until now. A second initiative that we also worked very hard in the last year is the Asia Science Camp. There is such initiative in the last 6 years in Asia. It was initiated by two Asian Nobel laureates, a Japanese one and a Taiwanese one. And every year it is held by a different capital in Asia. And we succeeded to make it happen that Israel will host this year, at the end of August, the Asia Science Camp. And this is really a tremendous achievement because this year is a kind of an Asia year for Israel. We mark 60th anniversary with Japan, 50th anniversary with Korea, and 20th anniversary with China and India. And Israel will host in Jerusalem, in the Hebrew University, we will host close to 300 best minds at the ages between 17 to 21 from 30 countries, from all over Asia, including countries which we don't have any official diplomatic relations, and they will come and will take part in a one-week Asia science camp that will include 2 Nobel laureates from Asia, 3 Nobel laureates from Israel, and 2 Jewish American Nobel laureates. And the Israeli president, Shimon Peres, which is by himself a Nobel laureate, will open and will inaugurate this Asia camp. So these are just 2 examples that we are working very hard, again, as a government, in order to create this platform and to bring young people, very successful one, both from Asia and from Israel together. And your initiative, Rebecca, Asia-Israel initiative, this is exactly the thing that we encourage, and we commend you for that. And we commend the 12 Leaders Fellows who took part in this year initiative. And we also hope to see, we are seeing them as a kind of emissaries, ambassadors, and as a bridge between Israel and Asia. And lastly, and this also link to the technology edge of Israel in Asia, which makes Israel relevant in Asia. And I would like to mention a fact which relates to our next speaker, Sol Singer, the author of Startup Nation, which is a star in Asia. I must telling you, all Asia countries are looking for the right model, how to become successful and making the transition from the old industrial, the old traditional industry into the new, modern, environmental friendly and green energy. And the book of Sol Singer is exactly an example which presents a model how to do it. And I would like to tell you today, Sol Singer, we brought you a kind of a prize from China, which we're going to give it to you right now, because your book became the most influential book in China in 2011. So I ask you to come to the stage.